Welcome back to another Lost Island resource guide from the Ark Survival Guide. Today we're going to show you the best spawn locations for obsidian on the Lost Island map. We'll show you tons of easy, safe obsidian spawn locations where you can get tons of obsidian without getting attacked by anything. And if you don't mind a fight, we'll show you some locations where 20 or 30 obsidian nodes spawn. And we'll show you locations all over the Lost Island map, so no matter where you live, you'll find some great obsidian spawns near you. Please like and share this video, comment and subscribe to this channel, and ring that bell for all notifications so you don't miss our next video. And let's get started! Now, just in case you watched my spawn location guide and started in Scudder's Inlet, which is a very safe area of the Lost Island map, there's actually some obsidian right over here near the jungle. So if you go to the beach where there's this archway over here and you look just inland of that, there is this cave opening covered in vines. And if you head inside here, there's actually quite a bit of obsidian right next to the entrance. There's a couple obsidian nodes that you can get to without even going into this cave. And if you go back further, there's a couple more very close to the entrances. Now, you might run into some scorpions and megalanias in here, maybe one or two up close to the entrance, but as you kill them, you'll get the chitin you need for the cementing paste to turn this into polymer. So this is a great, relatively safe place to get obsidian, and you can get to it without even using a flyer. Now, this spot is one of my favorite places to get obsidian on Lost Island because it's very centrally located. It's in one of the safer areas compared to some of the other locations, and it's mostly things like saber-tooths, dire wolves, all that kind of stuff. You get some RGs, but it's right here, and we are actually kind of on the edge of the jungle, the ocean, all that stuff. And as you can see here, there's like 20 or 30 obsidian nodes all scattered around here, and you've got some edges that you can knock things off of if they attack you. It's a really central location, and there's tons of obsidian on this one tiny mountain. Now, all around the blue obelisk are some of the best places to get obsidian on the Lost Island map, and there is so much obsidian around it. So we're here just south of the blue obelisk and just below the snow castle, and there's this big pond full of rexes and all kinds of dangerous stuff. But all the way around the countryside near this pond is just tons of obsidian. There's probably 30 obsidian nodes scattered throughout these trees and up on this hillside, and they're all right out in the open and easy to grab as long as you don't mind fighting off some alpha raptors, alpha carnos, and regular rexes. There's a lot of nasty stuff, but if you can handle the fight, it's a great place to get obsidian. Also, right next to this spot are beaver dams, and you're going to be able to steal all the cementing paste you need to craft that obsidian into polymer. So it's an excellent place to get that, whether you live in the castle, the cave below, or nearby. There's also an awesome place where you can get tons of obsidian without actually getting into any battles. So just below the blue obelisk is this mountain over here, and if we go into this cave, which is actually straight across the bridge from the snow castle, there is actually a ton of obsidian in here. It's just really hard to spot. There's a bunch of crystal too, but if we head back into this cave, you're going to see all of these smooth rocks covered in snow, but if you hit them, you get obsidian, and lots of obsidian. All of this is also obsidian, and there's probably about, 10, 15 obsidian nodes, and unless something wanders in from outside, nothing dangerous spawns inside this cave. So it's a great place to get obsidian without anything bothering you. Also, if we head a little bit to the east, there's this kind of flat plateau, and there's a bunch of metal nodes covered in snow. That's actually all metal right here. And then right over here, we've got quite a few obsidian nodes also covered in snow, and there's probably about 10 of them all around these rocks. Now, you might notice a theme here. We are just north of the blue obelisk, and scattered around this side of the mountains, right where the snow meets the jungle, is actually a lot of obsidian here. So they're a little bit more spread out, but there's quite a few obsidian nodes just all over the mountain, and tons of metal and crystal. So this is a great place to get all the obsidian, metal, and crystal you need. And if you just keep following these slopes, you're going to find quite a bit more metal and quite a bit of obsidian just scattered around. And that actually adds up to probably 20 or 30 obsidian nodes just right around these peaks in easy close proximity to each other. And it's a little bit dangerous up here, but it's real easy to get stuff to chase you off a cliff if you're using an RG, and then it's just easy to grab all the obsidian you need. Now this is one of my favorite locations for obsidian in the jungle. There's this huge plateau with twin waterfalls, and if we go to the right of that, there's a smaller little pond with a lot of waterfalls flowing into it. And right around here, it's very hard to spot, but right in the corner is actually the entrance to a pretty decent sized cave right here. And if we go inside, there's actually quite a bit of obsidian. This is a very safe place to get obsidian. Hardly anything ever comes in here, nothing spawns in here, but you will find the occasional thing that will wander in. But there's probably 30 obsidian nodes throughout this cave, and it would be super easy to block off the entrances and make sure it's totally safe. And it's actually a pretty cool spot to set up a base if you don't mind kind of narrow quarters, but it's an excellent place to get all the obsidian you need in total safety. This mountain right here is pretty close on the western side of the map, and there's actually quite a lot of obsidian scattered across this mountain. And there's a bunch of crystal and metal too. There's a lot of relatively dangerous stuff. You will probably run into Rexes, RGs, and all that stuff, but it's not too hard to get them to fall off of cliffs. And oh yeah, an Alpha Rex, good fun. But there's definitely a lot of obsidian over here if you don't mind taking some risks. So I usually recommend completely avoiding any of the volcanic areas for gathering stuff just because it's so much more dangerous, but down here where the volcanic lava meets the ocean, it's a little bit less dangerous stuff spawns, and there's actually quite a lot of obsidian right around this area. So if you look at the bottoms of all of these big rocks, most of them have obsidian scattered around the base of them. And the really great part is towards the middle of this oil flat where all the bubbling oil is, there's actually quite a bit of obsidian just scattered around, and this part is a lot less dangerous than most of the volcanic areas. So you've got a decent chance of getting the obsidian you need without actually getting killed. And also you can get tons of oil from harvesting some of these oil rocks like this one. Now, if you live in the jungle, kind of near the middle of the map, there's actually a pretty good spot to get obsidian. There's about 10 obsidian nodes in this cave, but it's very safe. There's nothing dangerous that spawns in here. So if we head to the left side of these two waterfalls and go right into the bottom of this one, there's actually a cave that goes back. Sometimes there's pretty nice Sonoma crop spawns in here too, and there's a decent amount of obsidian, crystal, and metal that you can grab and take it back to your house. I'll show you this mountain near the green obelisk, not because it's the most plentiful place to get obsidian, but you may already get a lot of metal and crystal on this mountain, and there is a bit of obsidian if you look closely. So underneath the trees is a great place to find obsidian and crystal, and if you check under all the trees, you will find a bit of obsidian up on this peak. Here's another spot by the desert that's kind of a one-stop shop for all the metal, crystal, and obsidian you need. There's not a ton of obsidian up here, but there are some obsidian nodes scattered across this mountaintop, and it's a great place to get your metal and crystal and sulfur. All of this is sulfur. So if you're already up here getting a bunch of stuff, you can get a decent amount of obsidian up here too. Another spot more in the middle of the map that we can get a lot of obsidian, if you don't mind a fight, is right here on these snowy peaks. So the closest snow mountain to the red obelisk and the tallest one actually has quite a bit of obsidian down at the base of it, but there's a lot of dangerous stuff that's going to give you trouble, and it's really hard to spot the obsidian unless you look really closely. So a lot of these shiny rocks are going to give you obsidian, and a lot of the Amargasaurus are going to give you a whole lot of pain. So definitely you are warned, this is a tough place to get it, but there's actually a lot of obsidian scattered across these slopes. And there's also oil rocks if you know which ones to hit. So I hope this Lost Island Obsidian Spawn location guide helped you get all the obsidian you need no matter where you live on the Lost Island map. And if it helped you out, make sure to share it with your friends so it can help them out too, and give it a thumbs up so more people can see it. And let me know in the comments if you found some good obsidian using this resource guide, or if you have some great obsidian locations I did not mention. I'd love to see the coordinates in the comments too. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for all notifications because we have so many resource location guides coming out for Lost Island just about every day. And you won't want to miss any of them because they're going to make your Lost Island adventures so much easier and more fun. Thank you so much for watching this video from the Ark Survival Guide. Please give it a thumbs up and share it around because that helps us so much. And drop a comment, we love hearing from you. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for all notifications so you don't miss our next video, which will come out very soon. And while you wait, we have tons of other videos you can watch right now, so check these out. And until next time, stay safe, have fun, and we will see you in the next video.